How do you stay motivated when things aren't working? I wrote a blog post that got very few views. I posted something on Twitter and no one interacted. It feels like I'm making these efforts for nothing. And for me, this doesn't come naturally, so it's a lot of effort. Okay, so number one is maybe focus more on listening and interacting rather than spending a lot of time putting things out. Most people think that the way that you promote yourself is by talking. Like, you should talk a lot. And by talking, I mean like a blog post, a Facebook post, like you putting stuff out in the world. But a lot of times, most people want to be listened to, right? And the way that you listen to somebody on social media is you respond to something that's already happened. So maybe look at your clients' Twitter accounts and see like what are your potential clients or ideal clients, whatever. See what they're talking about and just get in that conversation, reply. Like, just start replying to things, right? So that's number one. Number two is you have to put out a lot of stuff to figure out what people actually want from you. So in other words, like, you put out a blog post that got very few views. I think I talked about this. I'm trying to remember who I was talking to you guys. Anyway, I've written blog posts that I was like, oh man, this is a work of art. There's like all kinds of value in this post and everyone's going to love it. And then no one cares. Like, zero comments, like no one cares at all. And here I'm thinking like, man, this is like nuggets of gold, you know? And then still to this day, I think my most successful blog post ever, I wrote at like 2 o'clock in the morning, just like irritated at like the negativity in our industry. And it was the need more work. It's not them, it's you, that blog post. That's still like, I think my best one ever, like in terms of views and comments and activity and whatnot. And it like keeps coming back. It's great. But yeah, like I wrote that like 2 o'clock in the morning, like woke up and I was like frustrated and just spit it out and posted it. I think I barely proofread it. Maybe I proofread it the next day. I can't remember. But yeah, you don't know what's going to hit. But the easiest way and the least investment in terms of your time is to just go and see what conversations are already happening and just get in there. Just get in there. So I get that it feels like a lot of effort, but number one, just try to spend try not to make the most amazing blog post ever when it's really possible that no one's going to care, you know? So put out more stuff to sort of feel your audience out. And then before you even get to that stage, have conversations, okay?